Well, Sportradar are the most important sports technology company in the world, and this man is the boss of the Americas, Brian Josephs. Thank you very much for your time. And how are you enjoying Tech Week so far, Brian?
Tech Week's been fantastic. It's always great to see the sports industry come together and talk about some of the new, unique, and innovative things that are taking place right now, but also very importantly, talk about what's next and what they can expect on a go-forward basis. So I think Tech Week's off to a great start.
Very much so. And as I say, Sportradar, been in operation for 25 years now. Carsten Curl, the founder, a great friend of ASTN, and incredible what you as an organisation are doing. Because as I say, you've got the scale where what you decide can actually influence the broader industry. When it comes to the personalisation of a broadcast product through AI, what do you see, maybe 3 takeaways for people watching this? Where are we going to in terms of broadcast infused with AI?
Yeah, so broadcast is core to the fan experience. That live game broadcast is what drives the revenue for the leagues, and it's what fans really look to tune in and engage with the sport. And what we've seen from a broadcast perspective is that our clients that we're very fortunate to work with, some of the best broadcasters in the world, they're constantly looking for new and unique ways to go deeper into the particular sport that they're broadcasting. So some of the key things that we've seen is the emergence of data and AI as foundational pillars for storytelling. A lot of call it the ways that sports has been discussed and broadcast over the years has been focusing on what just happened, and leveraging technology like AI, where we're starting to see a shift from a storytelling standpoint is into much more deeper context around why it happened, and then also importantly, what will happen next. And that predictive element to sports and really being able to see into the future a little bit, if you will, is something that new technologies like AI are very important to unlock and are going to absolutely shape fan experience as we move forward.
And in terms of that fan experience, I mean, things like gamification, being able to bring altcasts into the picture, trying to reach fans in different guises. I mean, the attention span now for the average person is down at 8 seconds. It was 12 seconds 25 years ago when Sportradar started. And it keeps decreasing. So how, in terms of the way that you work with broadcasters to capture people's attention and do it instantaneously to hook them in, what sort of trends do you see?
Yeah, so that's a fantastic point. So that competition for the time and attention of the sports fan has never been higher. And I think that's the driver for what you're seeing from an attention standpoint. So what we've seen is really important is delivering an experience to sports fans that feels like it was built for them, that feels like it was personalized for them, with that context delivered in real time and predictive elements delivered in real time. So you mentioned alternate broadcast. That's a phenomenal way for rights holders and broadcasters to experiment. They know their audiences quite well, and what can you deliver from a product standpoint to deliver different and unique experiences to learn more about what drives engagement across your audience base as a step towards what will ultimately be one-to-one personalization at scale. Because if you go back 25 years ago, there was one broadcast produced for many. And where we will be in the not too distant future is anyone who's watching will effectively be able to choose their own adventure on how they want to consume that particular match. So that's where this is going. And right now, to be able to offer different content experiences and interactivity and other features that you hit on is just one big meaningful step towards that one-to-one personalization at scale.
It's a fascinating world that you paint, Brian. Like, when do you reckon, in terms of that sort of choose your own adventure style personalized broadcast, how far away do you think we are? If you're being overly optimistic or pessimistic, where's the timeline at?
Oh, let's be very optimistic and say in the next 3 years.
Interesting.
Go back 3 years ago to where we are now, and if you look at the rate of change, I think 3 years would be optimistic, and we'll see how it plays out.
And how critical is that from a sports business point of view? Obviously, broadcast revenue is one of the biggest sources of revenue for sports leagues right across the world. The NFL currently with a $110 billion deal, the biggest of any on the face of the planet. To be able to keep writing those sizes of checks when traditional broadcasters are struggling more than ever to try and get eyeballs outside of sport, obviously they need to be able to drive as much income as possible from those sports broadcasts. How crucial do you think AI is to keep making the economics work for sports broadcast?
Yeah, I think AI is absolutely critical, because at the end of the day, that broadcast, both the live production of it as well as anything from a streaming standpoint, needs to be top-notch, needs to be engaging, and needs to capture the time and attention that's required to monetize the audience effectively. Key enablers like AI, like the foundational model that Sportradar has developed around the NBA and expanding to other sports, will allow that to happen. Because if you see the same thing the same way over and over, there's a natural decline there. But what technologies like AI will do is they'll enhance that core broadcast, they'll enhance the streaming broadcast that is moving into the primary position, and then it'll also enable personalized content at scale across platform, because as you're well aware, it's no longer just the linear broadcast that's driving fan engagement. It is still, called the king and queen and the heavy parts of the deck, but how you deliver that experience across platform is going to be critically important as well. And then, AI, foundational modeling, all of those are absolutely critical enablers to making sure that happens.
I appreciate your time, Brian. I know you've got to get to Port Authority to get home back to New Jersey, but before we go, favourite sport and favourite sporting memory. Maybe when you're a kid or something. What's a memory that comes to mind? Favourite memory of sport, Brian?
Favorite sport, American football, I will classify. Although I will say, if Aussie rules existed in the U.S. when I was growing up,
100%.
I think I would have been best at Aussie rules. I played American football, and then I also punted. So you put those together, I thought that could have been a thing.
And look at the physique, 6'3", 200 pounds, lean body mass.
We'll talk about that after.
You still play, maybe?
So favorite sport, American football. Favorite sporting memory, not necessarily one from growing up, but I took my son and my family, I should clarify family, to Wrigley Field for the first time a couple of years ago.
Mate.
That's number one, that's tough to beat. That is tough to beat.
Brian Josephs, head of the Americas for Sportradar. Thank you so much for your time, mate.
Really appreciate it, Lachlan.
Thank you.
Pleasure.